Soft palate muscles. Soft palate contain five paired muscles, including tensor belli palatini, levator belli palatini, palatopharyngeus, palatoglossus, and musculus ubuli muscle. These muscles of the palate do not act independently but work in the unison to facilitate the swallowing reflex to close up the nasopharyngeal sphincter from the oropharyngeal sphincter during the swallowing or eating. Soft palate sloping down from the hard palate into the nasal and oral part of the pharynx, and it is mobile flap which is the fibromuscular continuation of the hard palate and act as a partition between the oropharynx and nasopharynx. The failure of this structure and consequences related to this are clearly seen on children where cleft palate is seen. And there is a struggle of feeding in normal speech in velopharyngeal incompetence because of soft palate defect. The boundary between the soft and hard palate is easily palpable and is characterized by subtle change in color. The soft palate is characterized by yellowish discoloration on a background of darker red than the visible in the region of the hard palate. So this soft palate is more darker and having yellowish discoloration on background of dark red than the hard palate. The soft palate is essentially a thick mucosal fold that holds within an aponeurosis, muscles, neurovascular structure, lymph node, and mucus gland. In relaxed state, it is pendulant and a midline raphe is visible on its concave oral surface. The soft palate require intact fibrous aponeurosis, which is mainly formed by the expanded tendon of tensor belli palatini muscle, upon which the muscle attached to the palate can act. The aponeurosis is attached posteriorly to the palatine part of the hard palate and has a midline raphe. So, all these muscles attach on this midline raphe and act collectively. The soft palate has a thicker anterosuperior portion near its insertion with the hard palate. As the palate travels posteriorly, it gradually thins out, giving off the characteristic curve at the lower border of the palate, and it merges with the palatoglossal muscles and where it inserts on the central conical uvula, and it's having the free posterior border. The uvular muscle are embedded in the aponeurosis which is built around it. From uvula, two muscles of the pharyngeal arches. One is palatopharyngeus, another is palatoglossus. Diverge laterally and inferiorly and insert into the intrinsic muscle of the tongue. The mucosa of the soft palate is covered with mucinous gland as well as minor salivary glands, and some taste buds exist on this oral side of this soft palate and hard palate. The anatomically these muscles divided into two parts. First is elevator of the soft palate. The elevator of soft palate are tensor belli palatini, levator belli palatini, and musculus ubuli. Second group is elevator of the pharynx and tongue. These muscles are palatoglossus and palatopharyngeus. The elevator of the soft palate. First muscle is tensor belli palatini. It is a veil, thin, triangular muscle arises from scaphoid fossa of sphenoid bone, lateral lamina of Eustachian tube, and spine of sphenoid. It descends on the lateral surface of the medial pterygoid plate, then form a tendon and hooks around the pterygoid humulus to spread out to form the palatine aponeurosis. Its two sides fuse in the median raphe. Upon bilateral contraction, the muscle tauten predominantly the anterior part of the soft palate and depress the arch. Unilateral contraction of muscle moves the soft palate in the direction of the pull. Primary function of tensor belly palatine muscle is opening of the eustachian tube during swallowing and yawning to allow the equalization of nasopharyngeal middle ear pressure. This function explains why patients with cleft palate will almost universally have otitis media with effusion. Due to failure of midline connection, the tensor belli palatini cannot pull open the eustachian tube. So, aeration of middle ear is affected. That's why there is otitis media with effusion and cleft palate cases. The tensor belli palatini is the only muscle of the palate that is supplied by branch of mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve, that is nerve of medial pterygoid muscle. The rest of the palate muscles, soft palate muscle, is supplied by the cranial part of the accessory nerve by the pharyngeal plexus. You can say vago accessory complex. Second muscle is levator belli palatini. It is a cylindrical muscle that arises from a small tendon on the inferior roughened portion of the petrous temporal bone, known as quadrate area, situated in front of inferior opening of the carotid canal. Some of its fibers also originate from the lower part of cartilaginous eustachian tube, and yet more from the vaginal process of tympanic bone. It inserts onto the nasal surface of palatine aponeurosis and sits between the two heads of the palatopharyngeus muscle, forming a belly. The levator muscle passes anteromedially, and together they form V-shaped sling just above and beyond the palatine aponeurosis, which allow elevation and slight retraction of vertical portion of the soft palate when closure of nasopharyngeal sphincter is required. When this muscle contracts, the soft palate then touches the posterior pharyngeal wall, closing of the nasopharyngeal isthmus to prevent nasal regurgitation during speech and swallowing. Additionally, its fiber also pull the lateral pharyngeal wall anteromedially to narrow the space. The effect of levator belli palatini on the eustachian tube in equalization of pressure are controversial. The muscle, along with the palatoglossus, palatopharyngeus, and uvular muscle, all are supplied by the cranial part of the accessory nerve by the pharyngeal plexus. It means by the vago accessory complex. Third muscle is musculus uvuli muscle, which lies between the two laminae of the palatine aponeurosis and arises on the posterior nasal spine on the palatine bone as well as from the superior surface of aponeurosis. It sits above the V-shaped sling formed by the two levator palatini muscles and run backwards above and insert onto the uvular mucosa. Most of this small muscle is fused in the midline. Its function is act in conjunction with the levator belli palatini to retract the mid third of the soft palate and closing the nasopharyngeal isthmus. As these two muscles, musculus uvuli and levator belli palatini, are 90-degree angle to each other, when they both contract, form the levator eminence. This eminence help in the sealing of the nasopharynx from the oropharynx during swallowing by attaching this levator eminence to the posterior pharyngeal nasopharyngeal wall and closing of the nasopharynx from the oropharynx. Now, fourth muscle of the soft palate is palatoglossus. Palatoglossus is both extrinsic tongue muscle and it is a soft palate muscle also. It arises from the palatine aponeurosis on its oral surface, where it continues with the contralateral muscle and projects anteriorly, inferiorly, laterally to side of the tongue, forming the palatoglossal fold anterior to the palatine tonsil on its both sides. A few of its fiber extend into dorsum of tongue while other passes onto the parenchyma of the tongue or intermingle with the intrinsic muscle of the tongue. Unlike the rest of the extrinsic and intrinsic tongue muscle, palatoglossus forming the innervation of soft palate muscle and it's innervated by cranial part of the vago accessory complex. Its action is to elevate the root of the tongue and to approximate two palatoglossal arches when closure of oropharyngeal isthmus is required. So mainly this function is to close the oropharyngeal isthmus during swallowing. The fifth muscle is palatopharyngeus. This muscle having two heads. Its thicker anterior head originates from the posterior border of hard palate and anterior superior surface of palatine aponeurosis. Its posterior head also originates from the superior surface of palatine aponeurosis further back to the anterior head. These two heads fuse at lateral border of the palatine aponeurosis and joined by the some fiber of salpingopharyngeus and arches downward to insert on the posterior border of thyroid lamina along with the stylopharyngeus and salpingopharyngeus. As it makes it way down, single muscle covered in submucosa and mucosa, it forms the posterior phacoid pillar or palatopharyngeus arch. You can see in the oral cavity there is posterior pharyngeal arch. You can see this muscle has a dual purpose. It elevates the larynx and pharynx. It also constricts the palatopharyngeal arch to assist in swallowing and additionally enable the concave shape of oral surface of the palate and its arches during swallowing. All muscle of the soft palate are supplied by the vago accessory complex means pharyngeal plexus except the tensor belli palatini which is supplied by the mandibular nerve through the median pterygoid nerve fibers. So tensor palatini muscle supplied by the mandibular nerve, rest are supplied by the vago accessory complex. The arterial supply is mainly from the ascending pharyngeal artery or tonsillar artery and ascending palatine artery. These are the arterial supply of soft palate as well as pharynx. And venous drainage through the pharyngeal venous plexus. So this is all about soft palate. In summary, you can see the chart telling us about five paired muscle of the soft palate: tensor belli palatini, levator belli palatini, palatopharyngeus, palatoglossus, and musculus ubuli. So this is all about soft palate muscles.